Hey, 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 good people. Just gonna check the back end of YouTube to see if things working right. I know I'm a little late, but I see that I got a bunch of people in here, so I figured out what the heck. Let's party. How's everybody doing tonight? Don't forget to hit the like. You hit the like, it sends it out to more people to come and view this content. I just got to get a coffee. I'm a little bit early, so I wasn't really completely prepared. I do have coffee made. It's just don't have one in my cup. Uh, oh. So I see I got Ralph is listening in the background. Welcome, Ralph. Christina is watching, and John Lobley's watching, and thank you for being here. Yeah, or tomorrow morning, apparently the guys are coming to uh, eradicate the yellow jacket nest finally after a week. Had to wait a week, a week sleeping on my armchair. Man, I've been getting no sleep whatsoever. Cause I ain't sleeping underneath a wasp nest. There's no way. I got bit once. No thanks. I'm not doing it again. Hey John, how you doing? So I've been sleeping in my armchair with the bedroom door closed, and had the beekeeper guy here on Monday or Tuesday last week, and he poked his little um, uh, squeegee thing there with the pesticide in there. He poked it up in there. He was squeezing the pesticide up in the. All my hands doing all right. You know, medication's helping, but he poked the thing the, the little plunger thing there up into the ceiling, and he squeezed a little bit of uh, pesticide up into the bulkhead. When he pulled it back down, he had a larva, live larva, in the end of his um, squeegee thing there. I was like, that's not good. Yes, that thing's still alive. He squeezed, squirted it into the toilet, and he goes, "Yeah, it ain't gonna be alive for much longer." Flush. So finally, I'm gonna get a construction crew in here. The building's finally got a construction crew coming in tomorrow, apparently, to cut the bulkhead out. You know, eradicate the nest, and then repair the hole. And then after that, I says, I don't want them fools painting. They made a mess of my kitchen. I don't want them fools painting in my apartment. So I'm going to be doing all the painting in my apartment. I'm going to be painting the ceiling, all the walls, all the way around, and my apartment's going to be nice and fresh. I haven't smoked in my apartment for 3.5 years, so it'll give me a chance to get the nicotine off the walls and have a fresh place to live. Finally, so but yeah, what a way to wake up in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. You know, kind of reminds me of Garth Brooks song. 3:30 in the morning. Bees are hungry tonight. Looking at my finger, went and took a bite. But yeah. The thing about it is, it wasn't a bee; it was a yellow jacket. And the difference is, a bee will leave a stinger and die when the stinger comes out of its body because it gets lodged in your skin. Where a yellow jacket, it'll bite you, and it'll bite you again, and bite you again, and bite you again, and keep biting you until it's done biting you, until it's at its fill. And it took a nice chunk out of my finger. Like, look at that. So yeah, it's gonna be a little tender for a little while. But yeah, it's just one of those things. And this medication that they got me on to help me build up more antibodies in case I do get stung again. Um, it tastes like ass. Like, why couldn't the medication companies get together with like the candy companies and say, hey, listen, can you candy coat our medication so it's easier for people to take? Like, just put a nice little candy coat on it. So you hear when it hits the back of your throat, it doesn't dry the back of your throat out and get stuck there and make your entire day's worth of food taste like ass. Like, I watched a dog sit there lick its ass, and I was going, man, I wish I could do that to get this taste out of my mouth. Fuck, ugh, it was horrible, man. And why does medication got to taste so horrible? It's like, oh, you think you got problems with the symptoms you have? Wait till you get the medication. Then you're really gonna have some problems. Oh, but yeah, don't it tastes bad to stop kids drinking it? They can have it. They can fucking have it. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, like they really need to do something about, like you're bad, you're feeling bad enough. Oh, you're feeling bad enough that you got the symptoms that you have, and all of a sudden, they give you something that gives you like this stuff that they got me on. It gives you like the worst cotton mouth. Like it feels like your mouth is full of cotton, and you're constantly going. It's like, man, feel like a dog that just ate a spoonful of peanut butter, man. Oh, oh, good thing that's all as well. Good thing it's all as well as Christine. And keep on top of that. You only have your health once. Yeah, but ugh. Well, what an excursion! I just can't wait till I get the apartment all painted and get my life back in order again. And because when they came in and did the kitchen, man, let me tell you, what a shit show that was. Had one guy sit there, the plumber come in, and from the minute I moved in, I said this problem with the I had a bubble on my countertop, and I was like, there's a water leak somewhere in this kitchen. There's a water leak, and it's been a problem for a while. And it would not surprise me if that's black mold underneath there. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. 12 years later, they finally freaking do the kitchen. And when they cut the countertop to get it to remove it, they flipped it over, full of black mold. And I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, huh? I probably know more about buildings and construction than half the people that have actually worked in this place. And I was looking at the plumbing, like, when I was looking at uh the behind the wall kind of stuff. I'm looking at it and I was like, I said to the plumber, I says, there's a hole right there hole in the pipe. That's what's been causing this leak. That's what's been causing this black mold. And the plumber's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So he's got his brand new iPhone. He calls his buddy on the other end, saying, all right, turn the pressure on. And he's sitting there looking at the shut off valves that he just soldered in. And as soon as the pressure built up in that pipe, right from that hole that I told him it was there, all of a sudden this dude got drenched and I couldn't stop laughing. Like, I told you it was a hole. You should have fixed it when I told you it was a hole. Oh, I didn't think that was a hole. It's just a little scratch. You don't leave a scratch on a copper pipe because it will wear itself out. Yeah, but these contractors, they think they know everything. I'm not saying that I know everything, but when I see a hole, I know what a hole looks like. I don't need to have hair on it to know it's a hole. Uh, let's see if I can get RJ to come over if he's available. If not, then not. But yeah, just like I can't believe some of these. And when they did the painting, they didn't even bother priming. It was like whatever's behind the paint is going to bleed right through anyway. Just put primer back there. Oh, we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time. We know what we're doing. Okay. They didn't put primer. There were some spots that they scraped because it bubbled up in my bathroom. So they scraped these spots and they didn't bother priming it. They just painted right over top of it. Well, they bubbled up and peeled off again. So now I got freaking two spots in my in my bathroom that should have been taken care of properly. If taken care of properly, I wouldn't have those spots. Yeah, hit the like button, folks. It helps really get the channel out. Helps get the live stream out to other people. For every one like you give a content creator, YouTube will send their content out to 7 other people who would not have normally gotten the content. Not that would have normally not gotten the recommendation. So it really helps the channel that you're watching and you're liking grow and get bigger and bigger and positively monetized. Like I've seen the growth on Ralph's channel. I am impressed and happy for you, Ralph. I think that is just fantastic. You're heading right in the right direction. You're doing great with your channel, and you know I think you're doing an awesome job there, bud. Eventually, you'll get monetized, and you'll be able to make a little, a couple extra cents a month. I know for a fact my channel I'll probably need to have about 8,000 subscribers for my channel to get monetized because the small niche that I'm in, being mostly stand up comedy, that people only want to hear a joke once. Eventually, they'll go back. Oh, I remember that joke. Listen to it again. But years go by, but between the time when people say, "Oh, I'll watch that video again," or I'll watch that joke again. So, but I thought about going into the reaction space to gain views, and I was like, I really don't have the time and the patience for that shit. I'll do a live stream once in a while, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks or whatever. Do a live stream whenever it hits me, and support my friends' channels and stuff like that. And if I get monetized, I get monetized. If I don't, oh well. It's fun, and that's what this YouTube journey is for me. It's fun. If I can't have fun doing something, then I don't want to do it anymore. So, and one thing I love doing is making people laugh. I just wish I had somebody up on panel to help make me laugh. But when it happens, it happens. And I love my coffee. I've been drinking coffee since shit. I was probably about 12 years old, and I've been drinking my coffee black, like no sugar, no cream, since about 1992. So I've been drinking my coffee black longer than I haven't been. So like, that'll give you an example or an understanding. But yeah, I drink it right out of the. I used to drink it right out of the pot. I had to quit doing that because it took too long to make the next cup. And people ask me how I take my coffee very seriously. And people keep asking me, "Oh, are you gonna do a singing? You gonna do singing on your channel?" No, no. I remember the first one of the first classes I ever got kicked out of for acting out was a music class. Yes, I love Tim Hortons coffee. One of the very first classes I ever got kicked out of was a music class because um, what what they asked us to do was to bring in and sing a song that we liked. Well, they weren't really prepared or ready or didn't have the comical understanding of the song as I did when I was 6 years old. Um, about the song by Chuck Berry called "My Ding-a-Ling," and I proceeded to sing this song to the class, and the teacher fired my ass out of the class as soon as I got to the "I want you to play with my ding-a-ling," because the entire class was just rolling on their rolling out of their seats laughing. Oh yeah, Chuck Berry. He was a late great. He's a great artist for music. Um, you know, I don't know if he's still with us, but if he is, more power to you, brother. I love his songs. My Ding-a-Ling, and I think he sang the uh, uh, Hello Mudda, Hello Fada. Here I am at Camp Granada. I'm not sure about that one there, but that was another fun song. I was always exposed to, like when I was growing up, I was exposed to the oldies, like um, you know the Big Bopper, Elvis Presley, um, Richie Valens, you know that, and the old country like Stompin' Tom and um, uh, back in the '70s, George Jones, Tammy Wynette, and all that other stuff. While I was growing up, I was exposed to a wide variety of music. Oh, that would have been fun. That would have been a fun concert. And like my parents always kept it kind of fresh. And by the time I got into about grade 5 or 6, my parents had exposed me to Cheech and Chong, comedy. And let me tell you, I still laugh my butt off even when I think about that one track on the wedding album, Earache My Eye. I even think about that and I'm like laughing my butt off because I love that track. That track was funny. And if you ever get a chance, take a listen to it. You will laugh your butt off. And what else is there? Then in the '80s, I kind of got into Hey Nadia, how you doing, my friend? Would you like to come up on the panel? No singing though. No singing. Would you like to come up on the panel and introduce yourself to introduce your channel to the good people in my community? Are you sure, hon? Nadia has a singing channel. Oh, and she's a wonderful, wonderful person. I've I've been following Nadia's channel for uh, quite a few months, 12 or so, a little over a year, anyways. You're on your computer. Okay. I'm on my computer too. Um, and every time it's kind of funny. I go into whenever I have time to view her live streams. As soon as I type "Hi Nadia," she all of a sudden just blows right up. There's like, "Oh, crazy's here." Yeah, I love you too, Nadia. You're very special in my heart. Hey Nadia, how are you doing, hon? Oh,
Yeah, hello, hello, my friend. Hello.
how you doing? You had the drop the mic moment.
Yeah, hello. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I'm just on in here for you, okay? But I'm busy outside right now.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I heard
I'm
something
stay
drop. I was like,
stay
oh,
with you
did you
right
have a
here,
drop the
okay? Say
mic
hello,
moment?
everyone.
Yeah, yeah. I heard you drop something when you first came
Okay,
on. I was like, did
I
you?
go put water in my pan outside, okay?
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Nadia's got a music channel. Let me see if I can find it. Well, looks like easy way to find it. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, hey, go to channel, copy, paste. There's Nadia's link for her channel. Yeah, she's a lot of fun. Good singer, really good singer. If I could sing even like 1/100th as good as she does, then I'd probably have a singing channel. But you know, the deck of fate wasn't stacked for me in that situation. You know, when you get thrown out of a karaoke club and you didn't even make it through the entire song, you are among the sheltered people who should not sing. Not who cannot sing, who should not sing. And believe me, I am among that group. I've got a face for radio and a voice for written word. And you know what? I really don't care. I really don't care what other people think of me unless their opinion is the same as my opinion of me. If we have like-minded opinions of me, we get along. If not, we still might get along, just not as well. But what else can we do tonight? Otherwise, this is going to be a really short stream. Um, Oh, we got seven. It looks like we got 7 people in the house. Yeah. Wow. Lots of people in the house now. I'm on saying Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yep. Yep. Yeah, she has a regular party. Her streams last like 4 or 5 hours. And she's got usually got about 30, 40, 50 people in the box. Some people come up on panel, do some singing. Not me. No, no, no. I don't sing. I sing dogs run. Yep. Uh so um yeah, when I got kicked out of that karaoke club, it was funny. I thought it was funny. I still feel bad for the guy, like I'm sitting there and my buddies they always said, "Oh, you're pretty funny when you react to stuff." So they decided to take me into a karaoke bar. Lee Marvin. Oh, okay. And so I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to sing. So all of a sudden they start feeding me these drinks, pitcher after pitcher of these drinks. And somebody must have put like an additive in it to make you believe that you can sing. And hey, Carl, how you doing, buddy? And hey, stunt man. Hey, you want to come up on panel there, Steve? If you type in 949, Nightbot will drop your link for you. So, um, did you want to come up on panel, Steve, and have some fun? Copy. Oh, your wife is asleep. Ah, yeah. So the extra laughter is just gonna, like just blow the roof off the place. Okay. Um. So there must have been some, I believe I can sing drug put in my beer or my drink because after a few pitchers, I find myself up at the DJ booth going, I think I want to sing a song, and I get him to play Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. I figured that's got to be an easy song for me to get through because it's mostly talking. Yep. Um, so my song comes up and I go up and hey Lee, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? So I'm sitting there up at the up on the stage and doing the song starts, and if you don't know how Kenny Rogers the Gambler starts or goes, it says on a warm summer's eve, on a train bound from nowhere, or on a train bound to nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep. Well, I made it to the second line, and people start throwing popcorn at me because I was so bad. I didn't even make it to the chorus, and people were leaving like I was up there announcing a bomb threat. Like people just got so sick of my terrible singing, they were leaving. And this little Chinese guy, he he come up to me. He was the owner. He just like fresh off the boat. And I feel bad for the guy because he just opened the bar that weekend. Rips the mic out of my hand, and he's sitting there yelling at me. And in the back of my mind, it's my mind is imagining that I'm being bitched out by Elmer Fudd because that's what he kind of sounded like. And he's sitting there going off, going, "You sing a soul battery, you make everybody leave. You read now. You don't come back here no more." So we get kicked out of there. We walk down the street a little bit, and there's a comedy club that's about ready to spool up for their second show for the night. So I was like, hey, let's go in there. I got to go to the can anyway. So in we go. We pay our tickets, and I'm into the bathroom. And this dude pulls up into the urinal next to me. He's doing his thing, and I'm still sitting there laughing about what had gone on over at the karaoke bar. And this guy's like, "What are you laughing at?" Like I'm laughing at his junk or something like that. And he's sitting there, and I tell him what happened at the karaoke bar. Well, he starts laughing. I'm in the middle of the audience a few minutes later, and this fool's up on stage trying to start the show with what I told him in the bathroom. I stand up and I say, "Hey, you read my material wrong." I got yelled at again. Man, my buddies, they weren't too happy about getting kicked out of two bars in one night. One being a comedy club that I was funnier than the guy that was up there, and I didn't even get to do my handwriting um, story. Uh, I once did the same, man. People started leaving apart from my family. Yeah, even my buddies wanted to leave. They're like, "Oh, we've had enough of this. Let's grab our jackets and go." Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of singing. Like my uncle, he goes to this jam session. Yeah, probably I got kicked out because I was funnier because I gave the guy was using my material and he was trying to start the show with it, and people were actually laughing. Probably the only laughs like I got in the last year. Yeah, but when I went to Yuck Yucks in Windsor the first time, I get off a stage and I had everybody going. I had everybody laughing. It was a great show. For very first time too. And the manager comes up to me and goes, "Wow, that was really good. Are you sure it's your first time?" And I was like, "Well, I would know. I would know that if I've ever been on stage before. I think it would be kind of monumentous in my memory the first time you do something." So then he's sitting there laughing about, he's giggling. He goes, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." So he says, "That was really good. You ought to go down in the States. Like I live near a border town." He goes, "You ought to go down in the States and do some shows down there." I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not going to happen. And he's like, "Why not?" I was like, "Don't you watch the news, man? Those people carry guns down there and they use them on each other. I don't want to be going to the show going, 'Don't shoot, I'm Canadian.'" And he starts laughing. He goes, "Oh, you ought to open your show like that." And I said, "No, no, I don't want to give him any ideas either. You don't give armed people ideas of shooting you." Yeah, Steve, just type in 949 in the chat, and my Nightbot will drop your link for you. All you got to do is just type in 949 enter, and Nightbot takes care of all the rest. That's what I like about having Nightbot. I don't have to have 1,000 people. Oh, I'm gonna put this guy in timeout. I'm gonna put that guy in timeout. I'm gonna put that guy in timeout. No, no, no. Yeah, just like that. Boom. Everybody, if you want a good, you want a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Steve's Tavern, Steve's Tavern, Jordy's Den. They got a whole lot of fun happening on their channels as well. Yeah, Lee. I ever since I ever since I started using the Nightbot, I've been like, okay, I'm not gonna be handing out so many wrenches because so many people abuse. Like they get a little bit of power and it's, "Oh, I am a moderator." I get to put somebody on timeout. No, I get to make sure somebody doesn't get to say shit. You know, so I just don't even bother with that. If I see a comment that I'm not really impressed by, I'll take care of it. I'll let you know. But no, you're not a drunken fool. You're a lot of fun. I've always had fun being on your panel there, Steve. It's always been a good time. Yeah, we've had some laughs over the last few weeks. Oh my God, there's been some times where I've been laughing so hard I had to go to the bathroom. And funny thing is the very first time I was up on stage at Yuck Yucks, there was a lady in the front row. She peed herself right there in the audience. Because I was sitting there up on stage, I got the mic in my hand, sitting there doing my set, and I put in a pause for because that's what you do. You lay out the idea, you pause to let them catch the idea, then you start in with your funny route. And I put in that pause, and all of a sudden you could smell somebody had peed themselves, and it was fresh. And I was like, oh, yeah, somebody peed themselves. And then I just kept right on going. And then when we were in the lobby and everybody was leaving, people were coming up, shaking our hands. Here's this lady. It's like the beginning of April, and it's cold in Canada in the beginning of April. She's got her winter coat tied around her waist, and you're the one. You're the one who peed yourself. Little Miss Wetty Pants. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had to quit doing stand up uh, in front, like on the stage, until I learned how to better protect my eyes. And there's been some people saying, "Oh, you ought to go on Canada's Got Talent." And I was like, "Yeah, what's the prize there? What are you gonna do? Win tickets for the fucking real one down in the States?" Oh boy, yeah, good to be in the audience. Woo! Yeah, I get bus fare to go to the frickin' go watch the one in the States. So they go, know, they're going on for $1 million. I get a fucking bus ticket. No, but apparently it's like 100 grand. Like, isn't that money difference, eh? United States, oh, we're gonna give you $1 million. Here in Canada, we're gonna give you 100 grand. Like, how does that equate? You in Canada, you say did Hurricane Lee got any of you the other? I'm on the Atlantic side of Canada. So yeah, we're still waiting for it. I think, unless it just like blew its shoulder by us. Um, like who knows? Like we get bad enough weather up here to begin with. Like we had a tornado a few weeks ago, and it literally ripped some of the biggest trees that we have in this city. Ripped them right up and dropped them on cars. Just bye bye car. Take that shit to the landfill. But yeah, we had one tornado a bunch of years ago. It dropped down in Pancor and then jumped over to Erie. My uncle and I that morning we went out on Erie on Lake Erie to go do some fishing because we were gonna have some fish. We were gonna have fish fry for the night. So what we go out, we're like 10, 15 miles south of Erie in a 15 and a half foot boat. The waves were only about a foot tall. Like the swells were only a foot, just rolling swells. Nice, easy going all the way out there. We get all the way out to our fishing spot, shut the boat off, cast out. Yeah, we might have just got the shoulder of it. We but we cast out, 300 feet of line. We're in about 75 feet of water. Get feet up on the back of the boat. I light up a cigarette, and my uncle says, "Hey, I don't mind you smoking in the boat. Least you could do is get your feet off the gas tank." So, and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's way over there, and the wind's blowing against me. You know, the wind's blowing the other way." He's like, "Oh, okay." So I reach over, I turn on the tunes, and about 3 or 4 hours later, they start talking about a wind advisory and a possible small craft advisory out on Lake Erie. So we see this Laker going by and going, "Hey, we ought to go over and tell that guy to get off the lake. They're calling for a small craft advisory." My uncle says to me, he goes, "Yeah, we're going to show up in a rubber dinghy and tell that Laker to get off the water. Yeah, that's going to work." So all of a sudden, within minutes, the sky went from blue to black to green. The waves went from a foot to 25 feet tall, like almost instantly. And I was like, "Get me the fuck off the water." So we reel in 300 feet of line, pulling the fish that we already caught, put them in the live well, and get the live well pumping. Had a huge convo about wings on Sunday. Don't know it. That's called a Wennis? Huh, interesting. So we surf. It starts raining, and I had never been so wet before in all my life, and I've been underwater. We surf this boat from 10 miles south or 10 miles out, 10, 15 miles out, when you couldn't see shit. You couldn't see 5 feet past the bow of the boat. And we get to the channel, and if you could see one side of the like the pier, you couldn't see the break wall. If you could see the break wall, you couldn't see the pier. That's how hard it was raining. I got hit in the head with a ball of rain and would have filled a coffee cup. We get in, we drive into Erie, where the docks are at. We pull off to where the gas pump is. We hook on, and we just book it for shelter. We get underneath this little lean-to where the shelter is. As soon as we got underneath there, the sun come out, just like that. So all of a sudden, the gas station attendant who's hiding from the weather, he comes out and he's just laughing his ass off at us about, where the hell did you guys come from? You guys come from the past, the future, whatever. He comes out and he's like, "Man, where'd you guys come from?" So, "Well, we were 10 miles south." He goes, "You guys were in Lake Erie when this hit? How'd you make it back?" "We surfed." And yeah, I was looking around at the devastation that this tornado caused. There was a tree that was at least 3 feet in diameter, just knocked it right over. There was um, about 15 or 20 big, like 25-foot, 30-foot yachts uprooted out of the water, wrecked on land. All kinds of docks. They were all just ripped right out of the water. Like there was a lot of damage there. We just come in from the we come in from the lake in a 15-foot boat. Hi guys. Yeah, it was nuts. Like I've been close to too many tornadoes, and let me tell you, they're not something you want to mess with. When people say, "Oh, hurricanes, they're bad," yeah, the wind blows one direction with a hurricane. Yeah, hurricanes, typhoons. Typhoons are a little more dangerous because they are actually, but hurricanes, most of the time, that's one direction. You can bet your ass the wind is coming from that side. That's where all the damage is coming from. With tornado, you don't know where that stuff's going to come from. It could come from 20 feet away from the tornado on the other side and get thrown in any direction at any time. It's not something you want to mess with. Believe me. I've been through too many of them to begin with. But yeah, I, we get bad weather up here in Canada. And then in the wintertime, blizzards. You can't see shit in front of your face. Even when you're walking. You can't even walk sometimes out in the blizzard. You get pelted with snow and ice. Oh, especially when it's sleet. Oh. And all of a sudden you're walking or driving on slippery roads. Mm-mm. Hell no. Send me to the Philippines. Why do I want to go to the Philippines? Because the weather is always warm. Yeah, they may get some rain. They may get a typhoon once in a while. Hey, fires, floods, typhoons, tornadoes. You got to pick your poison. Yeah, take her easy. Have a beer for me, Lee. Mm. My brother come over on Saturday to watch the race, watch the NASCAR race, and he was drinking Wolfhead, and it's an Ontario whiskey. Oh, it's an Ontario rye whiskey made just literally an hour away, and my brother really likes this stuff. It's coffee and infused. It's coffee infused whiskey, and he was drinking it way too fast, and he got wrecked. He got so wrecked, he fell asleep in a chair back there, his head down like this. He was just sawing logs. I couldn't even wake him up. I was like, I just had to keep going over there every now and then just to. Oh, yep, I hear breathing. I hear breathing. He's still alive. Yep, but yeah, he got totaled. Um, what else can we talk about tonight? Cheers, Lee. Yeah. Um, what else can we yap about tonight? Anybody got any suggestions? Suggestions, comments? I like comments. Comments are nice. Uh, um, what else can we do tonight? Oh, Nadia, my artist finished the third book, third cover, just to show you. Um, get more views on lives. One thing that you can do is schedule them ahead of time and then post them in your community tab to get ready for my live stream. Blah 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 blah. Basically, what that does is It promotes people to come to your live, hit the like button ahead of time, and then hit the notifications say remind me. And then when you do go live, your stream will come up and then they'll, oh no, no, no. It's not rude to just ask people to share you out, that's why there's that like, share, and subscribe button at the buttons at the bottom. Like it's not rude to say, hey, share this out to some of your friends if you like the content. That's just part of YouTube. Part of YouTube is sharing is caring. And if people really care, they share. So yeah, it's not rude to ask people to like, share, and subscribe to your channel. You know, that's just how YouTube works. Like if if it wasn't for those buttons, okay, um, say you're gonna do a live tomorrow, Steve. Okay, if you created a thumbnail, like you get it on StreamYard, you can set it up and get it ready to go for like the next day. You get your thumbnail all created, put that up. Get your uh like copy the address, go back to YouTube, copy the address, and then share it out on your community tab and ask people to share it out on their community tab to broaden the reach. And that will bring people in from other areas. And another way to get more people is go on Twitch, go on, um, open up a Twitch account, open up all these other streaming platforms, and link back to StreamYard or EVMux, whatever streaming software you want to use. Um, you could do that and then link back to those channels or those streaming softwares to broaden your reach. I think with just a free plan on StreamYard, you can send out to 3 different platforms like Reddit, Twitch, Twitter, whatever. But you can pick 3 of them and send it out. I haven't really fucked with it that much to do that. EV Mux, I think you can do 12. And I think you can have 12 people up on your panel as well with EV Mux. So that's how you can get more people to know that you're going live is set it up ahead of time. Me, I just we're at the point of the year where the weather's starting to go up and down like a zipper, and when that happens, my bones just ache so much, and it's hard for me to be positive, funny. You know, it's hard for me to be who my channel is when I'm in so much pain. So, and when I'm in a whole lot of pain, yeah, give me 2 Tylenols and a pillow. That's about all I'm going to be able to do. Got the cheapest version on StreamYard I could get. 10 people on Panable. Yeah, the only thing about it is you also have to have the processing power and the internet speed to handle all that. Even though most of it's being done in the background by StreamYard and EVMux, you still have to be able to process all those people that are on your panel. You have to process all those videos and the audio. Yeah, I could probably, like, if I got the premium version of StreamYard, I could probably get maybe 4 people comfortably and smoothly with my computer. But if I can only do 4, why? Yeah, yeah. Like, I just got a $500 computer. If I can only do 4, why would I want to do any more than 6? Like, if I can comfortably do 4, why would I want to do more than 6? Why would I want to pay to do more than 6 when I can't even get to 6? Is what I'm saying. If I had a computer that could handle 10, yeah, fine. But how many times have you ever seen I had 10 people on my, or 4 people up on my panel? I think once I had 6, and now I was really stretching it. But it also goes back to everybody on your panel has to have a decent signal and decent processing power. Otherwise, they're going to be the ones, and it be sounding like robotic. So you got to keep that in mind too. It's not so much just you; it's your panel as well. So everything boils back down to the processing power of the PCs or the whatever you're using. Plus, like, I always like to run um, my my live stream on YouTube at the same time, because if somebody gets out of line in the chat, then I can deal with it right away. I can just clip over them, bang. So I don't appreciate that. You keep this kind of stuff up. Here we go. Yeah, they only gave me one, like, yeah. See, my for me to get the premium, it would be like 20 some odd dollars a month. That's not in my budget right now. That's not in my budget. Yeah, I've got just the free version, and this is just fine for me. Every once in a while, I did a little while ago. I did a few on EV Mux. That was fun because they got sound effects and shit like that. I think the next week when I do, or the next live stream I do, I'll do it with EV Mux, or have you come on. We'll play some of the sound effects and shit like that. Some of them are funny. They got like clapping, and um, they got a horn and all kinds of different shit. It's fun. But yeah, I think I'm gonna shut this down soon. Number one, I need to go for a smoke. Actually, what I'll do is let me present, share my screen, share, allow, whatever. This is EV Mux. Enter the studio. Now, I'm not live with this one right now. Like, you gotta. I can't remember where the go live button is, but you can play scenes. You can put in pro scenes and dynamic scenes and shit like that. Um, yeah, they got like the air horn. I don't know if you can hear those. Yeah, this is EV Mux. This one that I'm showing right here. It's it's an interesting next time I do a live stream, I'll do it on EV Mux, and I'll have you come up, Steve, and then we'll I'll show you some of the things. But like I said, I think I'm going to end this up and thank everybody for coming around, joining me for an hour, and thanks for being here. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, uh, and be positive. Be positive. Give everybody the kind of love that you want to receive from them, and we'll all be good. So until then, have a great night, everybody.